and then it starts recording. And I can then go through my entire presentation, talking, and right now I'm recording us doing this, and I can just go through my presentation and say, first, I'd like to explain how multiple sources can be synthesized and make inferences about my topic. So maybe my topic is deforestation. And my country, and I might start back here and give my topic and country, but my topic is deforestation and my country is, let's say, Brazil. In Brazil, deforestation is defined by what? How is Brazil being deforested? What's happening in the Amazon? I bet you've got an article on that, don't you? If this is your topic, I bet you've got an article that tells you how it's defined. Seems likely, doesn't it? Secondly, I would want to have an article that explained the causes in that country, and I might also want to have the global causes, because it's not all Brazil's fault, is it? Deforestation in Brazil is not 100% caused by Brazil. Because I'm the teacher, I know this. You, if this was your country and your topic, would have articles that would tell you that, and you would put footnotes. They would technically, they'd go over here at the end of the sentence. It'd be over here at the end, and it would be a text superscript 2 over there. Technically, I'm saying it's article 2. It's article 2, and it would be footnoted over here. Okay. So then I would say, well, after that, I need to interpret data and make inferences. And first, I'm going to put in my population pyramid. And I already know that that's from census.gov. That's where I got that source. So I'm going to cite my source right here, census.gov. I know it's census.gov for the population pyramid. I'm going to put it in on this slide, and I'm going to explain in a sentence how the pyramid has a relationship to the global issue. So Brazil is a stage 4, mostly stage 4. It's got parts that are not stage 4, right? The favelas above Rio are not stage 4. They're stage 1 and 2. But much of the country is in stage 3 and 4. And so I would talk about how the population pyramid shows that. And then I would explain with a different article that demographic shift. The demographic stage 3, 4 for most of Brazil. And I have 2 articles. One, I already have the population pyramid, and I have another article that explains to me the demographic stage of that country, Brazil, for example. Finally, I'd go over and I would explain one of these 3 things. You do not have to do all of them, right? You can do a misconception, a trade-off, or a counter-argument, but you got to evaluate them. You need to say, this is a misconception. It is not true for this reason. It is false for this reason. Or, no, actually, I think this misconception has some truth to it. No, this misconception is very illogical. It doesn't make sense. You need to evaluate it, and it's a very good idea to cite evidence. Where would you cite evidence from? Would you cite it from your 5th article, maybe? Oh, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? What about a trade-off? What about if you want to stop deforestation in Brazil, but the people of Brazil are deforesting for a reason. They want to feed their families. Is there a trade-off there? Seems like there's a trade-off there. It seems like you might even find an article that helped you to evaluate whether one was good or one was better. That you could cite evidence why economically it is better for the people to not burn down the rainforest, for example. Might you have an article that does that? I suspect you might. And finally, I'd go, and you don't have to do all 3 again, I might find a counter argument that says that no, economically, the amount of trees being cut down in Brazil is sustainable. Maybe you find an article that says that. Is that true? Is that false? Could you find and evaluate the evidence and say, well, no, actually, this is a bad thing. But maybe there's a counter argument that says it isn't. I can tell you for a fact that in Canada, there are more trees now than there were 150 years ago. Canada is getting greener. But they're cutting down a lot of trees. How is that happening? There's a counter argument in there. And then finally, I would do a Kahoot or a Quizlet or make up your own Jeopardy game. Caitlin did an amazing job of that yesterday. Just an amazing job. And then, of course, You can record all this just like we are right now. You can see that this is the place to go to get this Screencast-O-Matic to make it happen. And put your references in a numbered list so that the numbers here relate to the footnotes up above. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a screencast. That took us 5 minutes and 18 seconds, and we have 2 minutes left of class.